Hello, good morning students. I am Kanti sir for mathematics in 10th English medium. As I told in previous lecture, we today going to solve word problems by factorization method. Okay, so today we have to form equation, and after forming equation, solution by factorization method should also be done there. Okay, so two stage sum will be there, and we already practiced how to form quadratic equation in exercise 4.1, and then how to solve equation by factorization method in 4.2. So now we have to combine of both this process in next all word problems. Okay, so now just start and look from question number 2 in exercise 4.2. First of all, in main question number 2, it is given that solve the problems given in example 1. Means example 1 is given already in textbook, and they have formed equations only, not solve. So now we have to solve those equations. Okay, how to solve equation you know. We have enough practice. Okay, so question number 2 I just giving as a homework. Okay, from exercise 4.2, and where from data you have to take from example 1. You understand? So example 1's remaining part means solution part is asked at question number 2 of 4.2. You understand? Now look at number 3. What is given? Find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. So two numbers should be there whose sum is 27 and product is 182. Okay. So question number 3, 4.2. Now actually I told you in very starting of this lesson, you have to suppose one variable only whenever product is given there. Directly or indirectly, product is going to come. At that time, you have to understand that that is the case of quadratic equation, not of linear equation. So, no two variable, one variable should be there. Here we know we are already in fourth lesson, so obviously it is quadratic equation, but in exam, how to identify? Okay, and even if you not identify, then also you can solve some, because at last you will come across quadratic equation automatically. Okay, so how to suppose? So first of all, you can suppose any one parameter x. Second parameter can be supposed using any one data. And second data, using second data, you can form quadratic equation. So now we are having two data. Sum is 27, product is 182. So any one should be used in supposition. Understand? So now let me use first statement. Sum is 27 in supposition. Okay. So first number will be x. No need of any data. Okay. So suppose first number is x. Okay, therefore, now you can give that statement also. Sum of both numbers is 27. Therefore, can I say second number is 27 minus x? Very obvious, because sum of both ones is 27. So if one is x, then another will be 27 minus x. Okay, so supposition complete using first data. Now use second data for forming equation. What is given? Product is 182. Okay, so write down product of both numbers is 182. Product of both numbers is 182. Means this and this. Product of both ones is 182. Okay, x multiply x matrix. No need to put here multiplication sign because automatically it is considered. Now multiply 27x minus x square equal to 182 here, 182. Okay. Now you know we have to write quadratic equation in standard form. Standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Means all terms should be at any one side and opposite side should be 0. So now I just shifting both these terms toward right side. Why? Because we insist on first term must be positive. First term must be positive. That's why I shifting these both terms there, not this one term here. Okay. So write down first of all here 0 because both are going there. So x square, then minus 27x plus 182. Understand? They both are shifted. 182 remain there only. Okay. Now you have to factorize. How? Select 182's two factors so that their sum become 27. Okay, that is our method. I again just revise you whatever we were doing in lesson number 2. I already solved in 4.1 many sums. Okay, and you practice 2 sum in homework also. You just making bracket in place of b. Everything should be written as it is and last term sign should be placed here. Okay. Now you have to select any two factors of product of first and last. Find out first of all product of first and last. So 1 into 180. 180. But only you cannot say which two factor of 182 gives us sum 27. Okay. And you cannot list out all pair also. So now what to do? Just try to factorize it. Try to factorize it step by step. Okay. So first can I say it is divisible by 2. So 2 into 91. Now sum is 93. Not applicable. So okay, just try here. This is prime, so cannot be factorized. Okay. 91, 13 7. 13 7. Okay. Now just make combination so that two factors will be there. So if I multiply both this number, then it will be 14 and 13 as it is. So we got two factors 14 and 13, whose sum is 27. You understand? So I have to write here 14 and 13. Understand? Now no need to go ahead and again factorize 11 to that because we got that. So understand? Whenever bigger number is there, at that time you have to try to factorize it, and at each step just look whether required factor we got or not. Okay. If not, then go ahead and factorize another way. Now after more than two factors, just make combination. Make two group so that both numbers give required sum or required difference. Here I just multiply these two numbers. So 7 to the 14 and 1 is 13. So both these factors gives us sum 27. So required factor we got. So we stop here. Understand? So now just open it. So 0 is equal to x square minus 14x minus 13x plus 182. I just open bracket but we calculate sign. Both are plus minus minus. And middle term splitted, so both terms remain x only. Nothing new. Okay. Now take common from first two and last two. So here x is taken common, so x minus 14. Here 13 is taken common. Why? Because you can somewhat judge from here also. Okay. And whenever third term is minus, you have to take minus 4. So obviously here you have x, and here you know 13, 14 is a 182. So here you have 40. And whenever minus sign is taken common at that time, inside of bracket both terms become opposite. So minus becomes plus and plus becomes minus. Okay, we got both factors, both brackets equal. Okay. Now take that bracket itself common. So here left x and here minus 30. So we got two factors. Now we have to compare one by one both factors with 0. Now before going to that step, I just want to give you one just remind you one thing. Whenever a is 1, a means coefficient of x. Whenever a is 1, you can write directly factors also. Directly also. How? Again I tell you, whenever a is 1 at a time only, not always. Whenever a is 1 at a time, you can write directly factor. How? First of all, select those factors. So 14 and 30 given. Okay. So write down this way. X. Okay. Now write down both factors. 14, 30. You want here minus 27. Minus 27. So how minus 27 possible? Obviously minus 14 minus 30. And even addition means same sign. So same sign should be placed here. Understand? So for getting minus 27, you have to put which sign? So sign to be decided by thinking this way. Okay? So directly you can write here factor this way. How? First of all, write xx or yy, whatever may be given. Then write down both factors. Factor you have to decide it separately. Then put sign. Why I have placed here minus sign both way? Because addition means same sign both. But why not plus only minus? Because I required minus 27. That's why. Okay? You understand? So now, if you compare them with 0, then x minus 14 equal to 0, x minus 13 equal to 0. So you got x equal to 14 from here, x equal to 13. And in word problems, mostly we accept positive integer answer. If any negative or fraction is there, mostly we neglect it. Why? Because it is not suitable according to our supposition. But here both are positive, so we have to take both ones. Now, what are they? These are two answers of first number only. Don't misconceive that we got both numbers separately. No. We got only first number, second number still we have to find. But two answer of first number. So obviously two answer of second number also. Okay. So now try to find out second number. How? This is first number. So write down first number equal to 14. So obviously second number equal to 27 minus 14 equal to 30. 27 minus 14, 30. Okay. Same way, here first number equal to 30 because x is supposed for first number only. So second number is 27 minus 30. Why? Look here. Is equal to 40. So after all, if first number is 14, then second number is 30. If first is 30, then second 40. Because no link between greater smaller like this. Okay. So we have after all one answer. Numbers are 14 and 13. So write down this statement. Required numbers are 13 and 14. Understand? But your answer should be in statement. Compulsory. Understand? So you have to now write your statement. I am not writing. I am just telling you required numbers are 13 and 14. Whether from here or here. We no need to specify first, second, smaller, bigger. Only both number together. Okay, because that is expected. Okay, so just understand here. And if you want, you can write directly this step also because a is 1, so you can get factor directly. Okay, now I am just starting next number 4. Okay, so I remove this. Okay, what is given there? Two consecutive positive integers. We already solved this type of sum, means form this type of equation. Two consecutive positive integers means what? 5 then 6, 6 then 7, 8 then 9, 15 then 16, 99 then 100. So these are two consecutive positive integers. Okay. So automatically here very easily we can suppose both number at a time. X plus 1. Okay. We suppose in exercise 4.1 also this way. So write down both numbers. So let the numbers are x and x plus 1. X and x plus 1. Okay, these are required numbers. Now put their table. Whose sum of whose squares is 365. Sum of whose squares is 365. You understand? Sum of not numbers, sum of their squares. So you have to make square of both ones and then add both of them so that it becomes 365. So write down first of all statement, sum of squares of both numbers 1 and 2nd is 365. Okay, so here x square x plus, I just made squares. Now sum is 365. So again understand carefully, sum of squares is 365. Not only sum of both numbers, but sum of their squares is 60. Okay, most of students make mistake and by hesitation only they not read square and just make total of both numbers only. So it itself not become quadratic equation. Very simple, it is linear equation. Obviously wrong. Okay, now expand it. X square plus a plus b whole square, so a square plus 2ab plus b square is equal to 365. I hope you know that identity is used. A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab means multiplication of all three plus b square. Okay, now they are like terms, so combine them. Therefore 2x square plus 2x plus 1 minus the 365 equal to 6. Okay, so it becomes 2x square plus 2x minus 364 equal to 0. 1 minus 365 minus 364. Now whenever any equation is reducible, always reduce. So it is divisible by 2, so I just divide them by 2x square plus x minus 182. Okay, in previous sum also we had 182 here also. So in that sum we got 14 and 13 as a factor in previous sums. So, and difference of both this is x, y, because if minus sign is there, difference should be 1. If plus sign is there, addition or sum should be this. But here minus sign is there difference, so this gives a difference of 1. So directly I just write it factors without splitting it. Why? Because a is 1. And we know factor also in previous sum same number was there. Okay, so write down x. How to write it? Understand. Now write down both factors 4, 30. Okay. Now you want plus 1. So obviously 14 should be plus, 30 should be minus, so that we get plus 1. You understand? And difference means opposite side always, obviously. So place here appropriate sign so that both one gives this number. Here we need plus 1, so we got plus 1. Okay. Now compare them with zeros. So either first bracket 0 or second bracket 0. So either you got minus 14 or plus 30. But just look at The number means positive integers. It is clearly written that in the sum, two consecutive positive integers. Okay, so let the positive integers add down clearly. They have given positive integers be x and x plus 1. So obviously it is negative, so not acceptable. Okay, and mostly we never accept negative number of fraction. Okay, so now this is our final x. It is not belongs to n. That's why we are not taking it. We neglect it. Okay, because positive integer means natural number. Natural number means positive integers. Okay, belongs to capital N. So it is not in n, so we neglect it. Okay, now you can give answer. If this is 13, then this is 13 plus 1 14. So give direct answer. So required positive integers are 13 and 14. Where from that come? Just understanding. Means our main statement should be written at last. Our supposed statement should be written at last by removing x, replacing x by x value. Understand? So how to write answer? Obviously from first statement. Okay? And you can verify also whether your answer is right or not. Just verify. Sum of square is 365 or not? Sum of 13, sum of 14, 5, 9, 6, 15, 16, 1, 3, 365 is what? Okay, so our answer is right. So this is the repetition. Okay, so just understand. Again, it is very simple. Supposition is very simple. Because consecutive odd, consecutive even, or only consecutive positive integers are given, at that time, as I told earlier, very easily we can suppose. No use of any particular statement. Okay. Then after, main statement is used to form equation. Whatever given according to you, how to form equation and factorize it. And at last, carefully you have to take one or both answers, and your answer must be in statement. No only in x form, because x is ours, not theirs. Okay. So we have to give answer in their language. Understand? So statement must be there. Okay, just try to understand that one. Okay, now look at number 5. Okay, I just remove this. Okay, the altitude of right triangle is 7 cm less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13, find the other two sides. Here be careful. Whenever it is case of rectangle triangle, you have to draw the figure, give name and describe also. So I just drawing first of all figure, giving name and describe everything about this. So let it be ABC. B is right angle, so S is hypotenuse. Okay, so this is base, it is altitude, because they have talked in this language: hypotenuse, altitude, base. Understand? Then only whatever they have given, write down everything there. Hypotenuse is 13 centimeter. And altitude and base are not given, but relation between them is given. In between whatever relation that is given. Okay, so understand? So first of all, hypotenuse is already given. Out of this, suppose anyone, in earlier sum of rectangle in 4.1, I have told you, there was length and breadth of rectangular field. So at that time I told you, either you suppose breadth or length, anyone. But whatever given at the end of statement, that should be supposed. Whatever given at the end of statement or at second position, that should be supposed. Okay. So look at again the statement. Altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. So base is that last. So suppose base. Okay. So write down first of all. Okay. You just describe this figure also. Suppose in triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, what is that? B equal to 90. Okay. If B equal to 90, then S is hypotenuse. Okay, always you have to suppose and describe figure. BC is base and AB is altitude. Okay, so we are very clear at figure and at description. And it figure must be there, description should be there. Understand? Now everything is clear. And we have to suppose base. Why? Because in between relation of base and altitude given and at last base is given. That's why. So let suppose base is x centimeter. So obviously you can say what is the altitude? Write down statement. So from that statement we can say altitude also. So this is x centimeter. So we will get altitude. Why? Using this data. What is the data? Data. Altitude is in short one. Altitude is 7 centimeter less than base. So obviously you can say altitude is, therefore altitude is, base is what? X. X minus 7. Very obvious. Okay. That's why we suppose that next word, last word first. So that very easily we can suppose first word. Okay. Very easily. 7 centimeter less than base. So base is X, so 7 centimeter less. Now you know, whenever right angle triangle is there, always Pythagoras formula is used. Okay. So we have to use Pythagoras formula. Because known or unknown, we have all three measurements and you should write them here also. Okay, one is given, one is supposed, and from supposition we got another one also using one data. Now, no need of second data, that we know. In right angle triangle, Pythagoras formula is always applicable. Okay, so we apply Pythagoras formula. So write down by Pythagoras formula. Okay, you know what is the Pythagoras formula? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, now what is AC square? 13 square AB, x minus 7 square BC, x square. Everything is clear there. Now, no need to see here. Understand? So always figure, then description, then one is supposed, another one is found. After count, all this red, known or unknown, you have to use Pythagoras formula. Now nothing is new, just expand this x square minus 14x plus 49 plus x square. Okay? So I just shifting this one there. Now first of all x square 2x square minus 14x plus 49 minus 169. Okay, this is separate there. Therefore, 2x square minus 14x, how much it is? First of all, bigger sign, opposite sign subtraction and bigger sign. 9 minus 9, 0, 16 minus 4, 12, so it is 120. But equation is reducible, so reduce it by 2, divide it by 2, 60. Okay. Now, directly you can write factors. How? Because A is 1. Select two factors of 60 whose difference is 7. 10 6 is 60, not possible. 12 5 is 60, possible. because 12 and 5 give difference 7. Okay, understand? Find different pairs of factors of 60 and till you get appropriate pair. Now I must place here minus and here place so that minus 12 plus 5 become minus 7. Understand? Now I just writing there only. So x equal to 12 and x equal to minus 5. I have written directly. You just compare both factors with 0. Okay. Now any side never be negative, so just neglect it. Okay. Here we not expect positive integer, but positive any number should be expected. So r plus means any positive number should be there. Understood? Okay. Otherwise q plus because rest of okay, no problem. So this is our final. But what if they ask? Now we have x, so we have everything. Base, altitude, everything we are having. And if they find a perimeter, area, everything we can find. Now they are asking other two sides. So other two sides are how much? Therefore BC equal to x and AB equal to x minus 7 means 12 minus 7. Sorry, x equal to 12 and here x minus 7 equal to 12 minus 7 equal to 5. Okay? X. So x is found 12. Here x minus 7 means 12 minus 7 5. So write down therefore other two sides are now not specified A, B, B, C because they are R's. We supposed. They have not given. So randomly only give answer that other two sides are 12 centimeter and 5 centimeter. Okay? So just try to understand what is the way. If there is compulsory, description is also compulsory. Suppose according to last side or last thing, so that you can find starting things very easy. Then always use Pythagoras formula whenever right angle triangle is given. Just try to simplify, find out x. Positive to be taken, negative to be neglected. Then whatever they ask, you answer. If they ask only base, give only base. They ask both, so we have given both answers. Okay, thank you. Only one sum I have given, but so many sub questions might be there. So you have to solve all the sums in example 1. Okay, not to find equation, only to solve equation. Okay, thank you.